If I had to make some suggested changes, a couple of them would be first, I would add a daily debriefing. Like I said before, I don't know if I had to make some inferences about what's going on because it's only 2 minutes, but they may have this. But one thing I would do is have a daily debriefing. So, especially for like a class like history class, if I want them to know about the Revolutionary War, we should make sure that they are learning concepts about that, primary sources, people, elements, events, ideas, things like that. So if you have a daily debriefing either at the beginning or the end of class, you can go over the history elements, go over the sources, you can review the vocabulary, and then you can also do a checklist of where people are at different parts of the project. So some kind of daily debriefing to make sure everybody's on the same page, maybe do some kind of learning assessment. Those would be really beneficial. Another system is a system for fair. Another change would be a system for fair grading. I think this would be really crucial. So, how do you grade the photographers compared to the editors? How do you grade the editors compared to the publishers? So, having some kind of fair grading system that covers elements of a short story, like in this lesson, or elements of history, along with their duties that go into putting the project together, is really crucial. And I'd make sure I have some kind of rubric, some kind of checklist, so I can really make sure everybody's being assessed on what they need to be assessed on. And lastly, I'd have some kind of backup plan for students absent or without computers. Students at our school are one-to-one, like all Baltimore County middle schools, but often students don't have charge devices. They forget them at home. Things happen. So what do you do when that happens? Needs to be some kind of plan. And I bet the teacher has a plan in this video. Everybody's engaged in something, so they may have extra computers, they may have tasks that are assigned for students to do when that happens. And so they need some kind of backup plan. What do you do when the editor is sick at home with a fever? So who picks up that person's responsibilities? Who covers their tasks for that day? That's just something that I would make sure I would do if I had this in there, and the teacher probably does. So overall, it is a excellent lesson. There are, it's pretty inspirational about the potential for collaboration for students to be working on so many different things at the same exact time. Um, it's a lot to juggle, so the pedagogical uh, knowledge was really impressive here, and the all the software and the video cameras and the publishing and the scanners and all the technology was really impressive here. So the teacher definitely has a lot of technological, pedagogical knowledge and a lot of content knowledge along with it. So overall, very good lesson, I think, for a TPACK case study. And, we'll see if if I can repeat some kind of thing in my lessons later. So thanks for watching, everybody, and enjoy.